In 1 week, 3 women have spoken out against Sean Diddy Combs, alleging he subjected them to violence. The latest accuser, April Lampros, filed a lawsuit in New York State Supreme Court saying she was a college student in the 90s studying fashion when Diddy promised industry access and mentorship. Instead, she alleges he sexually assaulted her 4 times. Lampros says Combs invited her to parties and his recording studio to impress her and also, quote, love-bombed her with gifts and flowers. But the court documents say the friendship quickly manifested into an aggressive, coercive, and abusive relationship based on sex. In one of the alleged encounters, Lampros claims the rapper forced her to take ecstasy and demanded she have sexual intercourse with Kim Porter, one of Combs' former girlfriends with whom he has 3 children. Porter died in 2018. Earlier this week, former model Crystal McKinney filed a federal lawsuit claiming she had dinner with Combs in 2003 and later on the same night was assaulted in his recording studio. The women's claims add to a growing list of others who've come forward with allegations against the rapper in the past 6 months. And singer Cassie Ventura speaking out for the first time on the explosive video showing Combs beating her in a Los Angeles hotel hallway back in 2016. Ventura writing in part, quote, "My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time."
A bidding war for surveillance footage and proof that Diddy isn't the man he's claiming to be has just started after CNN leaked the 2016 video. It got weaker and weaker when Cassie Ventura stepped up and told the world that the media mogul was a dangerous man. Some people believed her, but a lot of people didn't.
That Cassie has now dropped the lawsuit as a result of a settlement from Diddy. Now, it's a couple different things that we want to pay attention to here, right? Obviously, we know that the statute of limitations is almost up, depending on where the lawsuit is filed, and it was filed in New York. So for all of you different people that think you know what you're talking about, it wasn't filed in California, it was filed in New York, which I'm not really sure that makes a difference. But more importantly, the whole idea of it is that it's a civil trial, or it was a civil complaint, meaning money was involved, not a criminal complaint. Again, not a criminal complaint, but a civil complaint. Now, what does that mean? For me, it means it was a cash grab, right? Because we're not going to diminish what possibly happened to her, but I don't believe that she's just 100% innocent either. And so a lot of times we use the sensationalism of what people are saying in order to justify their behavior. But I guess the question that we really need to ask ourselves is 19 an adult?
Now, when she took the $30 million settlement the next day, people started believing in her even less. Plus, that's when other victims started speaking out. Now, Diddy's lawyers used the opportunity to play their defense everybody was in it for the money.
And then somebody should have came in and fell out. They would have died and been f***ed up. Live Nation would act like they had nothing to do with the show. 50 was the promoter. Yeah. 50 did all by himself. We told him not to do it. That's what y'all would have did to me. That's f***ed up. That's f***ed up, man. I love you. Why you don't love me back? Where's the love? Hold on. We don't want too much love. We know what happened with brother love and shit. Oh, man. Let's keep it down. Not too much.
Sean Diddy Combs has gone by many names over the years, but the one thing that stayed consistent is that he's been making money. His net worth shot up in 2022, and Diddy announced that he was one of the world's few black billionaires.
You're in this bitch. Uptown win this motherfucker. You understand me? Hey, this one of the best birthdays I ever had in my life. And I do this shit. We do this shit. Niggas throw it real every year. I'm about to go stand in the crowd. Ain't no niggas gonna throw money. Yeah. I got Diddy throwing hundreds. He throwing hundreds. Weezy Wild, fresh with Versace on. Back representing everything. You understand me? Euro Wild, Tiger out ship. Yeah, I'm hurting nobody. Come on, man. We got fucking 2 chains. Wait, first of all, I want to bring Young Thugger up here, man. Hey, yeah, hold up. Yeah, man. First of all,
So the money-grabbing defense was the best one they had. Now, Diddy went a step ahead and claimed that he never laid his hands on a woman. He said that it was all lies and there were no victims.
I'm officially the #1 residency position on Art of Dialogue, man. This is my new employment.
Hey, the people love you, man. I gotta keep bringing you back, man.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man, but I appreciate you. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you on today, man. You know what today is, right?
Yeah, Biggie birthday.
It'd have been the notorious Biggie Smalls' 52nd birthday, bruh.
Oh, man.
It would have been his 52nd birthday. Could you imagine, man? The people he would have put on in Brooklyn, the people that he would have made great. Oh, go ahead, I'm with you, bruh.
Yeah, man. Happy B-Day to Big, man. Happy B-Day to Big.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with that being said, man, let's get right into it, my man. What you think about the apology video by Diddy?
What apology video? He didn't apologize, bruh. He did not apologize. You know, if he was going to apologize, he should apologize to Miss Wallace. That should have been the first person that he should apologize. No. He should apologize to Misa. He should apologize to Kim. He should apologize to Miss Wallace. He should apologize to Wolf's mother, Miss Jones. That was not an apology, bruh. That was somebody saying, I'm upset, or I'm mad, or it's bad, or it's effed up that I got caught. That's what that was about, bruh. That was, that was, if that was an apology, that was the most, what they call it, ingenuous. I guess that's the word. I'm messing it up, but whatever. That was phony and baloney on a pickle sandwich. I can say that a whole lot better because it was not an apology, man. You know what I'm saying? For what he did and how he did it, I didn't see an apology. You know, he may have used the word, I apologize. For what? He never admitted that he say the video. So if you didn't see the video, you don't know what he's apologizing to. And I know it was shown to a lot of people. A lot of people cared not to look at it because they heard what it was about. You see, Common came on TMZ and he said, yo, listen to me. When I knew what it was about, I wasn't going to even look at it. I don't want that kind of spirit. I don't want that kind of energy. So a lot of people who know what it's about or heard what it's about didn't even look at it. He said, yo, he should have been asked, apologize for striking Cassie in her head. I've apologized for throwing her to the ground and dragging her and treating her the way that I did. He should have been apologizing like that to her. And then apologize to the people. But it didn't happen, bruh. It didn't happen. That was some lame bull crap.
That doesn't explain what the world saw in the leaked tape, does it?
I guess long term, as you and Puff have this amazing relationship that's withstood all the rumors and all the negative energy. Everybody always wants to put their own terms of a relationship on other people. When is he gonna marry you? When is this gonna happen? Nowadays with somebody like Puff, who's Puff's been married. I don't know how many times, once maybe twice.
0.
I don't know. Oh, he's never been married.
No.
So obviously he's not into that. That's not his thing.
What's cool about Puff is that he is, and he does want to understand marriage. But we have, a certain type of relationship, and it just works the way it is.
Do you believe marriage is for everybody?
No, absolutely not. My parents are still married. And Rod, how long have they been married? 35 years. Yeah.
Is that your brother?
That's my older brother. Yeah.
Hey, brother.
That's
Rod. You guys look alike. By the way, you guys look alike.
Yeah. He's like
But
my
do
twin.
you believe in marriage?
I believe in marriage if it's with the right situation. But I
Right.
feel like, I've seen a lot of people get married and break up in the term
Right
that
after, yeah.
No, in the term that I've been in my relationship.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I feel like you can't really put a tag on it. Of course, everybody looks at marriage as something very, I don't know, solid and important. But if you have a solid relationship, you got to solid.
In the video, we see Cassie running away from Diddy. He emerges from the corner of the hall wearing nothing but a bathrobe and immediately knocks over his former girlfriend. The rest is just too gruesome to tell y'all. All in all, Diddy is a violent man.
Because you see, the second chance is if you had come out immediately acknowledging that you were wrong once the accusations were first levied against you, instead of excoriating those who were throwing the allegations out against you, like Cassie Ventura. The fact that there is a quote from just this past December, which you emphatically, adamantly, categorically denying there was any truth to what was being said, throws that second chance right out the window. I don't enjoy saying this. I've met P. Diddy a few times over the years, always cool with me. That apology was bullshit. It was embarrassing. I don't know who told him, who thought for a second that it would work. 50 Cent was on his Instagram page. Just go look at it. Saying the same thing. Who advised him to do this? This is bad. This ain't going to work. Because it comes across as inauthentic. Because there's literally proof via a quote from you denying everything. Everything. And accusing your accusers of looking for a payday.
Now his defense has just gone out the window. Diddy said that he never laid his hands on women, but the video just breaks that claim. Now his legal team would have to switch gears and probably claim that the video was tampered with, which we know it wasn't. So, what's the game plan now? Well, we might not know how Diddy is planning on salvaging his name and reputation, but we know what his friends are up to.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
All right, so why all remember the mansion raids and all the surveillance footage that the feds left with? Apparently, there's hundreds of hours worth of footage of Diddy and his close friends abusing drugs and minors.
We have learned from two sources that potential witnesses have been contacted and notified by federal investigators that they may be called to testify in front of a grand jury. Now, there is no timeline for when this may happen. We are hearing from sources that the investigation is very much still underway. We remember back in late March when two of Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided. That was the start of this criminal investigation, and now, with our reporting that this could go to the grand jury, this is absolutely the biggest escalation in this investigation and gives some indication that authorities are looking towards a possible indictment. Now, as you mentioned, there have been a slew of lawsuits against the music mogul. He faces 8, 7 of which are directly accusing him of sexual assault. I hear from a source that many of these accusers who have filed these civil suits have been brought in for questioning, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many of these potential witnesses have been cooperating with these investigators, some even offering up evidence that they believe could be of note for this investigation.
The feds, though, are more interested in building a case against Diddy, so they're willing to make a trade. Anybody who steps up with information against Diddy is going to get off easy.
And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. Your big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
we're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they're Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
In your book, Get Honest or Die Lying, you talk about the influence of hip hop. And when it comes to hip hop, of course, many people think of Diddy as one of the pioneers. And at one point, you were not happy that his legacy was being destroyed. Let me play this piece of sound.
I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like it just because it's sad. Like, you know, how many people's legacies have we watched burn to the ground? You know, from the Russell Simmons, from, you know,
but it's
Diddy.
good.
These guys provided the soundtrack to our lives. They contributed to culture in real ways before we knew any of this. No, you have feelings, you have mixed emotions.
And then the video came out after that. He's now issued his sort of apology. Cassie's come out again. Have your thoughts on that changed?
Well, my thoughts, even in that clip that you just played, in context, I said it's sad to see these people's legacies being destroyed based off, you know, at the time, alleged poor choices. Now we know that those poor choices aren't alleged. We saw the video. So yeah, it still is, you know, sad to see them, you know, not do the work on themselves, have all that unhealed trauma, projecting that pain and that hurt onto a woman. So yeah, he put himself in that situation. And yes, that is still very sad to see. It's sad all across the board. I don't know why we act like, you know, it's just one emotion when it comes to things like this. Because somebody like, you know, Diddy, yeah, we're lying to ourselves if we say he didn't provide the soundtrack to our lives. I don't know him on a personal level. I just know the professional accolades, which were very inspiring to somebody like me. Him having his own record label, him having his own, you know, vodka, like becoming a billionaire. Like those were things that were like, wow, that's the American dream in a lot of ways, right? And to be doing that from hip hop, that was something that was commendable. But we didn't know him.
You see movies like Hostel. Do places like that really exist?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do the things that go on in places like that exist?
Absolutely.
Shit. It's funny because
there are 3 women I know right now in my life. They've been in my life for 6 years. I've been caring for them for 3 years. I got them off of Epstein Island. I cannot say where they are in the world. What I can say is when they got into the boat, they were roughed.
Wow.
Want to know how they ended up on Epstein Island?
Please.
They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, they had to show and turn over their ID. And they collected their passports. And then they drugged them. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting fucked by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online.
Wow.
After they made it through that, that's when they were sent to Rick Ross's music videos, shoots, as groupies and extras to make sure that they could walk around in society without looking like victims. And then after that, that's when they were shipped off to Epstein Island to be broken in and to be readied for Dubai and Moscow. When they got into the boat and I looked at them, they didn't have to tell me shit. And neither one of them, none of them, they didn't speak for weeks. But when you spend time with strangers and they finally feel safe enough to go to sleep and then they start talking in their sleep and you hear the shit that they yell.
You know, it's crazy because as you sit here and we talk about hostile and
These 3 girls that I'm telling you about were in videos that are being played online today. And they appeared in those videos after they had already been sodomized, systematically beaten, starved. But they were smiling in those videos, though.